So quite interesting how you've gone from CS to IT to now you're at intellectual point to all of that. And so you mentioned something about virtualization. I know I love technology. I've heard the term before, but what is that? Can you tell us about that?
So virtualization is usually what it is you assimilate. So you have, your physical computer, right? But you don't want to damage any settings, your network settings, your CPU, your whatever on your computer, right? You don't want to do that because again, you don't want to mess up your computer. So what you do is you install what is called a virtual machine software. Usually people use VMware, which I think you and I, discussed the software. I think you have it on your Mac, but other people use something called VMbox, I think it's called. And what that is that if you install a virtual machine software, um, you download that software, and then all you do is set up an account with the company, and then within that application, you can actually create and design your own virtual machine, which is a simulation of your physical machine. So that way, if you're curious on how to, um, if you're curious about, I don't know, a flaw or someone hacking your system, and you're trying to figure out what's the best way to adjust your firewall, whatever, you can hop on to your virtual machine, so that way no harm can come to your physical machine, and look at what your look at what the person is doing on the other side, and try to identify the problem within that virtual machine. So that's what virtualization is: assimilating what's on your physical machine onto a machine that's on an application, a simulation per se. So that's what virtualization entails: is you're trying to you know figure out issues, because that's what hackers or people in the cybersecurity world, or in the IT world, if you will, need to learn, is virtualization. Because in this world, there will be hackers, and you're trying to minimize the harm on your on your physical machine, and the only way for you to do that is to go onto a virtual machine and figure out an issue, so that way you can mitigate the issue on your server, or your machine, or what have you. So that's what virtualization is, really.
And
Really cool if you think about it.
I,
Thinking about it now.
I love that. I mean, because you're not messing up your settings, you're not messing up your network settings. I've always heard the term. My friends download virtual machines all the time. You can also do Windows on it too, right? It can also count. It counts as a dual platform, basically, right?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
not that it counts as a. It's not that
You
it
can
counts as
have
a
you
physical.
can have a Windows machine, Linux, what is it, Apple, Unix, um, Unix
iOS.
machines. You can just have any. You just need
Mac, yeah.
to figure out the proper settings for the machine as well, so that way you know what you're looking for. Um, Unfortunately, again, I'm probably going to learn more about virtual how to do things with a virtual machine when I'm a certified ethical hacker, because that's more of a hands-on type of thing. But when I was learning about it in college, um, I was learning how to design my own machine, how to do things within that machine, like setting up the network, setting up the CPU, the different parts of the computer, if you will. So yeah.
Right, and so it doesn't count. Does it count as a physical computer? Like, of course, you're not having a second computer, but because you have sort of a virtual machine, does it count as sort of a virtual physical machine or just a dual platform?
It's a dual platform.
Okay, so not a physical machine.
No, it's a simulation. It's not a physical. It's something like, the best way to describe it, from someone from my class from last year put it, is It's something like it's a machine that's in the air. So it's a simulation. It's not physical.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of think of it as like pilots. You know, when they first start, they have flight simulators, and you sit in a little bike type of deal kind of thing,
Hmm.
and you fly a plane. We did it in space camp when I went in 2011 in Huntsville, Alabama. It's a simulator. Yeah, okay.